I don't have any of the right lights on. Good grief, what a morning. Here's this one, slightly better. But if I turn this off, well, not bad. Hold on, one more. Usually I do this before I go online, but today has been a little crazier than normal. So bear with. Oh crap, it doesn't reach. Whoa, falling over. How's that? I look like a model. Alright, hopefully this is working. My YouTube channel is driving me nuts. Actually, I think it's more my internet connection. I'm just checking to make sure that everything is where it should be. It says it's there. Fantastic. Woohoo. Alright, this morning, this episode is brought to you by the last 2 weeks of school. Why does it not say I'm live in the group? One moment, please. That's where most people join me. Ah, there I am. Magic. Okay, so, you guys, who else is dying from the last 2 weeks of school? It's like a who's who of where we're supposed to be and what I've forgotten. I've forgotten hair appointments. I didn't even remember what I've forgotten. Lord. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And so much so that my lovely husband decided to stay home this week. And then today, I'm supposed to be bowling with the kindergartners for the twins class. And, at first I thought Jeff was going to be out of town. That's my husband. I thought my husband was going to be out of town because he typically travels on Tuesday. And then I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go and pray that I know one of the other mothers. I know a couple of them, but pray that I know them well enough and I can talk the twins into hanging with that mom for 15 minutes and run out to the parking lot, do my live video in the parking lot of the Bolero, which would have been fantastic. I think that would have been an experience. But then I realized I couldn't multicast from my phone and I didn't have a hotspot and so I didn't have Wi-Fi and it was just And then my mother-in-law texted this morning. She's like, do you need me this morning? It's like she just knew. And, man, my heart goes out to mother-in-laws everywhere because lifesaver. So here I am. This episode is brought to you by Jane, my lovely mother-in-law, who is now bowling with a bunch of kindergartners. I'll fix you a drink later, Jane. Actually, that's funny. Okay, sorry. Hi, Keaton. That is my brother. If everybody wants to see pictures of me dressed up like Little Orphan Annie staring off into the distance, ask him. Okay, moving right along. Today, we have released the Laura, not Laura O'Neill, although I do get confused every single time. The Laura swimsuit and dress, I think is the final official name. I asked. I think Rochelle was still asleep when I asked. But I'm pretty sure that's it, and I should be more on the ball with these things, but I've already said that it's the last week of school, so you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Although we have a lot of fits this week, including 2 this morning. Okay, seriously, the Laura. I should have brought up pictures already, but, yeah, I haven't. So I will do it right now as I'm talking to you and show you some of my favorites, because it's amazing. It is our first one piece here at 5 out of 4. The Facebook video froze, and it's me doing one of these, and so I'm going to cover that up because so we love, here at 5 out of 4, we love versatile patterns. We love it. I love summer dresses, and I love patterns that can go from a one-piece bathing suit to a tank to a dress to a bikini top, all in one pattern. It's magical. I love it a lot. And I think that as a frugal person, being able to spend $10 and get that much for my money, because one of the things we struggle with, and I've talked about this, the Laura swimsuit, tankini, and dress. Hopefully swimsuits, I'm going to let that one go. The problem we have is naming it when we have all these options, because we want it to be super obvious what is in the pattern. And then the name is like the Laura bikini, one-piece swimsuit, tankini, and dress, or whatever, and it's just, you know, whatever. It's difficult. And then we try and pick a lead image, because we do get people that do random Google searches and come to 5 out of 4 that way. And so they just see a dress, or they just see a one-piece, and they don't know us, and they don't know that 5 out of 4 is synonymous with versatility. How about that for a tagline? And so we struggle up and through midnight, like with what should be our lead image and why and blah, blah. So this time we actually chose the one piece because it is new for 5 out of 4. And frankly, and the name becomes a book. I know, right? That's what, yeah, it's ridiculous. My face is still frozen on Facebook, but it's not frozen for you guys. It's just frozen for me. So let's see. I'm trying. So one thing, if you make the one piece, it is included in the pattern, but for the 2 piece, you're going to pair it with any 5 out of 4 swimsuit bottoms pattern. So this includes, but is not limited to, the tidal wave shorties, the ninja leggings if you want to wear longer capri leggings if that's your style, the riptide shorties, the ultimates, and the new Alice high-rise. I like that. I like options. And so quite a few of our testers, if you check out the listing, quite a few of our testers did all of the above. You know, paired it with different things, which I thought was super fun. Man, I really like it when, oh, Laura, by any chance, did you already put this in the Dropbox pictures? Because, yeah, typically I do this before I get here, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm the worst. And then I'm trying to like look at these little bitty ones, and it's just not working. And then my phone freezes. It's fantastic. All right, I'll click on that one because, well, you all know this person. I'm trying to find like a picture that shows every option, or not one picture, but like all of the options in a few pictures. And like I said, I normally do this beforehand, but it is what it is, guys. Sorry, Charlie. It'll be on sale through next Monday. We're going to just include it through. No, it didn't freeze in a smile. Joan, it literally freezed like this. You know? And so I just keep that image covered up. And, oh, right, the shenanigans skirt. Thank you, Rochelle. That's one of my favorite patterns. I've never worn it as a swimsuit bottom, but it does have a sporty spice length, which brings me joy. And so we did have one tester pair it with that, which is awesome. I love that. Yeah. And if I could find that picture, that would be fantastic too, because that would be amazing. Like I actually planned for this day. I do plan, actually, and I make notes all week, and I get all excited, and then my brain just goes when under duress. So I'm listening to this book on Audible. If you have an Audible subscription, they now have this Audible Originals. I'm mostly saying this for my brother, just in case he doesn't know, but I'm pretty sure he knows. Where you get 2 free books a month as part of your Audible subscription. And a lot of times it's stuff I don't care about. There's a lot of like entertainment biographies that's not really my bag. And but every now and then like something catches my interest. And this month there's one called like the 3-Day Effect, and it's all about how nature resets your brain. And they took veterans and they took all kinds of people. Anyways, I'm on like chapter 3. I just started it yesterday. And it's really interesting about how 3 days in nature can completely reset and you become more creative, you become a better problem solver, your memory function gets better. To me, I just banked it in the how to talk my husband into buying a lake house. We can't afford a lake house, but I dream the dream, people. I dream the dream. Alright, so I've got 3 up so far. I really want to find... I'm almost there, I promise. Oh no, that's not it. That's not it either. Oh, this is it. Yes! Magic! Na 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 na. Okay, so let's go over to my screen. Here I am. So this is the first one I wanted to show you. I'm going to move it into the middle. She paired it with the shenanigans skirt. How awesome is that? And plus, that fabric is simply magical, and I'm sure, yeah, it's gorgeous. I thought this was super awesome, personally. I love people, actually the Ultimates comes with a skirt option that almost never gets made. And that goes back to my previous comment about sometimes, especially when I was first starting, I wanted to pack all the options into a pattern, and it just became too much and things didn't get made. And so I love that people use what I think of as just an everyday skirt or a running skirt or whatever as a swimsuit bottom. I think that's fantastic. So underneath the, and that's the difference between the Ultimates skirt option and the Shenanigans skirt. The Shenanigans has a version of the Ninja leggings underneath. So that works fantastically. So that was one option. Here's a beautiful dress with the flutter sleeve option. I thought that was gorgeous. And she's by the water, so her brain is probably super creative. Here's a beautiful little black dress. You know what I didn't do is show you any of the back options. I'm a moron. Here's the first one that pops up. Oh my gosh, and watch it not work right now. Ah, here we go. So this is the lovely Rochelle, the designer of this pattern. And it has a tie back option, and then there's also an option to use clips, standard bathing suit clips. So yeah, that's the flutter option again. Here's Rochelle in her long line bikini, tankini, whatever you want to call it, paired with the Ultimates. Woohoo! All right. So let's go back to, oh Lord, me. Again, the Lara swimsuit, tankini, and dress. It is like the pattern, it's the only pattern you need all summer. I stand by that. Get yours today. This test was sponsored by Sly Fox Fabrics. They just started carrying swimsuit fabrics for the season, and they're lovely. And so hopefully, as the testers are showing you their makes this week, they'll also show you Sly Fox Fabrics that they chose to go with it. As always, we're incredibly thankful for the ladies at Sly Fox. The shipping is super fast, unless you're an idiot like me and have the wrong address in your account. Even though I've ordered, I don't know what I did. It was totally a brain fart, but I had my fabric sent to my old address. And I've knocked twice, but they work, and by the time nighttime rolls around, I'm driving. That's what I do. And so I haven't got my fabric yet. I really wanted to share it with you and make some swimsuits for this week. Hopefully I'll have that soon to share with you. Coming up next, meatloaf. I wanted to share with you guys some pictures of my lovely son. And I made a kid swim trunks pattern for him. And this is one, I kind of, not taking time off necessarily, but don't want to share that picture. Taking time off and the fact that I haven't been working as hard and as focused to get patterns out. I realize after I test a pattern, I usually have a little mental break because I'm exhausted. But this time I kind of took a week, and again it goes back to this being the last week of school and trying to balance. I feel horrible guilt that I'm not at the bowling alley with the twins, but I also know that I have, as a mom, right? I mean, I'm a mom, obviously I've got a lot of children. I have to literally carve out time for work, for something that I'm passionate about, and I have to carve out time for sleeping because I don't make it a priority. But I also have to carve out time for exercising, and so one thing I've struggled with over the last 6 weeks is not putting off exercising until nighttime because it doesn't get done. Yeah. And so my hope for the next 6 weeks, even though the kids will be home and our schedule will be a little crazy, really pushing myself to do that earlier in the day because it is important. I just don't enjoy it. I'm anyway. I enjoy some of it. I enjoy muscles, a little bit. Look at that. I've always been scrawny. Okay, moving right along. I'm going to show you this. I do feel guilt over the bowling. They'll forgive me. So here is my handsome son. This is a size 10. If you've heard me talk about my son, he's awesome. He's also taller than my 10-year-old. He is 8, but it looks like we have 2 sets of twins because he's a gentle giant. So getting him to stand still was a challenge, as usual. You can see the on-seam pockets, and there's the back view, and he wanted to dance. He wanted to show me that these were dancing pants. So in the ultimate sale to me, he slipped these on and then kept them on while he watched Pokemon for an hour before going to swim team. So I feel like that's a win. This pattern will hopefully go all the way down to baby sizes. I think I mentioned that last week. And it will, it has a mesh liner. It has optional mesh on-seam pockets. And, oh, you know what's funny? That side view was of the view without the cargo pocket. Brainiac. But anyway, it is almost an exact replica of the men's version. So one thing that I wanted to do today was attempt to give you a mini tour of my sewing room. But you know, it's funny. I'm not sure it's actually going to happen because, so I broke my phone the night before Mother's Day. Oh, crappity crap. And I had insurance, so I was able to get a new one. But then when I was like transferring over stuff, it didn't really work the way I thought it should work. So let's see if I can do this.